The burden that took you to the king will this be the same burden that you are going to say to the king when the door finally opens for you to speak to the king? The Bible said in the book of Esther that the Jews were in a big problem. A certain man called Haman wanted to destroy all the Jews, and Mordecai knew about the plans and the plot of Haman. But Mordecai could not go and stand before the king and bring salvation to the Jews. Then he had to call one called named Esther that has the privilege to stand before the king. And when the matters, the Jews came before Esther, the Bible says she put on her royal apparel, she dressed in a beautiful garment, and she went and approached the door of the court of the king. And the Bible said when the king saw her, the king said, "Come unto me." According to the scripture, he said she found favor before the king. And when she entered into the court of the king, and the king began to say, "What brought you? What is the matter? Why is your countenance like this?" I thought Esther would take that opportunity and begin to lay demand concerning her own personal interest. I thought Esther began to say, "I need iPhone 16, I need latest shoe, I need car, I need good house." I know, but the Bible said Esther began to tell the king concerning the burden in her heart. Esther began to tell the king that there is a man that wants to destroy all the Jews. Esther carried the burden of her generation before the king. Esther carried the burden of the Jews before the king. Esther did not go to represent herself before the king, but Esther went to represent a nation. Esther went to represent a system. Esther went to represent a generation before the king. Now my question is this: when you have opportunity to stand before the king, will you go there to represent yourself, or you go to represent your generation? The Bible speaking concerning Moses, when Moses went to stand before Pharaoh, Moses did not say, "Let my family go." Moses did not say, "Let my friends go." Moses did not say, "Let me go." Moses said, "Let Israel go." Moses went to stand before Pharaoh to represent a nation called Israel. He said, "Let Israel go." Moses was not selfish, but today we have generations of people that are selfish, that are self-centered, that are not willing to bear the burden of a generation, but they forget to know that each time men begin to live for themselves, a generation is going to perish. Each time men pay attention to themselves, a generation was going to perish. Jesus never came to live for himself. On the cross was a sign that Jesus came for a generation. That is why when you read the book of Isaiah chapter 53, the Bible began to say, "Who shall declare his generation?" Because he came for a generation, he came for the whole world. So the John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world." It was a world thing, it was not an individual thing. You that have the opportunity to have money, are you using that money for yourself alone? Are you using that money for your family alone? Or are you using that money as a system for a generation to benefit from? I ask, when you stand before the king, what demand will you be making? Will you make a demand for yourself alone? Will you make a demand for your family alone? We are going to make a demand for the generation. We are going to make a demand for your nation. We are going to make a demand for your continent. Oh my God, my God. The story of Esther touched my heart so much. It touched my heart so much that even though Esther had the opportunity to lay demand for her own personal self, Esther went there and began to make intercession. Esther began to lay demand for a nation, for the Jews. She forgot about herself. I believe at that moment there's something that is important to Esther that she needs, but Esther forgot about herself. Esther brought the matters of the Jews that was brought before her to by Mordecai told the king, because she had the opportunity. Not everyone will have access to the king. Not everyone will have access to finance. Not everyone will have access to influence and affluence. You that have the access, you that have the opportunity to make money, what are you doing with it? You that have the opportunity to get wealth, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? This is why Jesus said, when he comes on earth, is he going to find faithful men? Faithful men, what are you doing with it? So the Bible said God gave certain people talent. He said one went and made good use of the talent, another one went and made good use of the talent, but one went and hid the talent and began to say, the master wants to benefit from my life. Oh my God, oh my God. When you don't allow the master to benefit from your life, you're going to be like that one that was given talent that went to hide it. Esther refused to hide that talent. Esther used what God gave to her as an opportunity to save the system. What are you saving? What shall you be remembered for? If you have the opportunity to stand before the king, what demand will you make? The Bible said the burden that took Esther to the king was the same burden that Esther said to the king. You that shall be going to God, oh God, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me. I want to change my generation. Bless me. I want to build schools for the people. And now the blessing has come. You're no longer building schools for your generation. You're no longer using the money for your generation, but you're using the money for your personal self. You are building house for your mother. You are building house for your father. Is it bad? No. But was that the thing that took you to the place of prayer? No. What took you to the place of prayer was the body for the people. And now the door has been opened. You are no longer interested about the people, but you're not interested about yourself alone. No, 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 no. It ought not to be so. Let us copy Esther. Let us become like Esther, Moses, that went to stand before Pharaoh. Moses did not lay demand for his own people. Moses did not say, let my family go, let my children go. No, Moses, let my people, Israel, let my nation go. Are you living for your family alone? We are living for your generation. Remember, you came to earth for an assignment. You came to earth for a purpose. Your presence upon the face of the earth is a testament that God sent you for an assignment, and a generation is waiting for your manifestation. That is why the Bible said the whole creation are waiting. There are people waiting. They are waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. Think about this again. When you have access to wealth, what do you do with it?